Hello and welcome to the Real Estate Regroup Show. I am your host, LJ Walker, a real estate investor helping you realize your dreams of owning a home or investing in one. Today I'd like to speak about a post that I put up because I think it was misunderstood. I actually copied it from Perils Said That. In the post it reads, "Sheep are so afraid of the wolf that they get eaten up at the end by their shepherd." So let me give you a little backstory of what I believe he meant by it, and then thereafter I'm going to put a real estate twist on it. You see, what's been going on is in the I guess you would say pro-Black community, there is some controversy with several so-called leaders. Many of these people I don't even know, never heard of before in my life, honestly. I believe they're really more famous on, let's say, YouTube than any other platform that's out there. And basically, his criticism is that there's so much time right now where people are blowing up the controversy. There's so much focus on what this one did and what that one did, or what they're doing or not doing, that there really isn't any focus on, okay, what are we going to do as far as helping people stay in their homes because the eviction moratorium is over? What are we going to do as far as getting people jobs or getting them skills because they may have run out of money, or their money is short and will run out in a few months if it hasn't run out already? These are the type of things that he feels that as a community we should be focusing on more so than the controversy. Yes, it's one thing to expose a person, and I'm definitely for exposing people, especially if they've ripped people off, especially if they have done things. I'm also okay with questioning people. However, when you do 50 videos or more on the same controversy, how is it really helping the community? And I get that. I understand it. I hear it loud and clear. So basically, yes, there is a common enemy out there that is against the community, but we're so afraid of that enemy, or we're so watchful of the moves of the enemy, that we really need to watch some of the moves of our shepherds, some of the moves of our so-called leaders, who we choose to be leaders. And this goes back to an old video that I did where I said, I asked the question, who are you listening to? Okay, because if that leader that you've chosen is not helping you, is not putting any money in your pocket, then why are you listening to them? Why are you following them? You understand? So that's basically his premise, his point. So let me wrap that up. I don't want to comment too much on the people that he's mentioned, because honestly, I've never heard of those people before in my whole life. I know what I think the majority of people know, and that's Al Sharpton, but he's on TV. He's everywhere. These people are not. So that's why I really don't feel comfortable speaking directly to them, but I do understand his point, especially if that is what's going on. And I have seen some videos criticizing other leaders. Some of it is probably right. Some of it I disagree with. Before I proceed, let me give you an example. There are some people who criticize Dr. Umar about the school situation Well, since I was trying to set up some classes online, let me tell you, it's not that easy. And he's definitely doing it on a bigger scale. Yes, others have done it, but the people who have done it, many of them have a lot more money than him. And also, I believe they have better connections with him, meaning they're connected to people with a lot of money. In my eyes, and I could be wrong, but Mr. Umar doesn't seem as though he's a person that has as much money as, let's say, a Sean P. Diddy Combs, because that's who he's been compared to. And he does not seem as though he has the same connections. And trust me when I say your network is your net worth. And when you don't have the right team behind you, they can actually deter you, discourage you from doing what it is that you set out to do. But I have seen videos where he has actually acquired the school. So I'm still confused when I see like new videos coming out criticizing that, when I'm like, well, the school is actually here. So anyway, needless to say, let me turn this around and apply this to real estate. I'm seeing this in the real estate arena as well, more so on, let's say, Clubhouse than on YouTube, where you have guru against guru, or you have one person who their agenda really is to make money off of people in a certain way. So when you come in and you might not necessarily are trying to make money off of people that way, you're just saying, this is how I invest and this is how I do it. They may criticize you as far as how you were able to get your bag, if you will. They may pull up some examples that you're not aware of to try to discourage other people, including yourself, from getting the money that you already have. That's basically what I'm seeing. And sometimes these gurus, who we will call shepherds, will call somebody else a wolf, when the truth is that person is not a wolf. That person just has a different strategy. Because as I mentioned to you in many videos, there are at least 36 different strategies in real estate alone. And each strategy has a sub-strategy. And you can make money in every single strategy. Every single strategy, there are risks involved. You can make money and you can lose money. You got to know what your risk level is, what your risk tolerance is, and choose the right one that's appropriate for you, And I feel that the attack is not always, sometimes it is a person who's being a con artist, yes, but sometimes they're not being a con artist. Sometimes they are basically trying to compete. Sometimes it's out of insecurity, and they are afraid that you are taking bread off of their table by sharing with people how you choose to invest. Okay? And I can see and I hear where a lot of people who are new, they get confused, they get scared. And a lot of times too, another thing that happens is that people who are new to it, they do tend to gravitate towards the people who may be a little bit more attractive. There are some people who tend to gravitate towards the people who can curse somebody else out, if you will. But I'm here to tell you that don't go by looks, a person's looks, and don't go by whether or not a person is clever in using their words. Go by receipts. Go by how many people they have actually helped, who has actually implemented their strategies and actually made money off of it. That's what you go by. Okay? Because if not, you're going to be eaten by the shepherd. Because why? You're going to choose a strategy. First of all, you may end up with someone who's a con artist. That's number one. Number two, even if you don't end up with a con artist, you're going to end up investing a lot of money learning a strategy that doesn't fit you. And what I mean by it doesn't fit you, whatever strategy you choose, not only do you need to know the risk, you need to know how much money is needed. Okay? Because why? If you want to buy a tax lien, you can get one for $450. Okay? If you want to buy an apartment building, you might have to spend $4 million. So there is a price difference. So money. Next time, how much time do you have to invest in this property? Do you have a lot of time or do you have a little bit of time? That's how you pretty much narrow down like what strategy is best for you to use. And then once you find out the strategy, then you pick the person that is teaching that strategy, learn it, do proper due diligence, and you will be successful. In everything, the key is proper due diligence. Okay, guys? So that this way, you don't have to worry about the wolf and you don't have to worry about the shepherd. All right, guys, so that's all I have for you tonight. Hopefully, the information that I've shared will help you make smart financial moves. Feel free to pass this along. Remember, each one, reach one, teach one. Bye for now. Until next time, have a good night.